Hi, my name is Jennifer Garrison. I'm talking about the data collection and ongoing evaluation of student needs. My student his name is MS. I use direct observations, behavior tracking charts, standardized assessments, such as the underlying characteristics checklist and the Ziggurat worksheet. Um, It provided insight into his executive functioning, his attention regulation, and his behavioral challenges. Also, the UCC highlighted difficulties with transitions and task initiation because he's known to avoid work as often as possible. While the Ziggurat worksheet structured the intervention plan by ensuring all necessary supports were in place. So, we did weekly behavioral tracking. Um, Myself and my peers observed him and also did periodic assessments to measure his progress. Um, Looking at his task initiation, how long it takes him to get started, engagement, how long we can keep him attending to tasks, and how loud he was. We can know what kind of interventions are going to be most effective for him, or need modification. Are going to try to do some adjustments like fading support so that he's not depending on somebody or a task card or something to get him to do the right behaviors, or not necessarily right, but the ones that we're trying to avoid or increase. Reinforcements, and then depending on the data that we collect. Um, he struggles with independent task initiation and maintaining an appropriate volume in class, super loud sometimes. To address these challenges, we identified replacement behaviors, task initiation, volume control, getting him to start assignments using a structured and but gradually fading support system, implementing a self monitoring system to help him recognize and adjust his speaking volume. Um, we use the task card system for his initiation. He gets a set number of task cards. Before he begins, he has to give the task card to the teacher, and then he'll eventually not have to go get a card and then give it to someone. He'll just go to start his task. Volume control, we're working on a visual noise level chart so that he can see what's appropriate volumes for in the class as opposed to the hallway or outside. Um, Teachers or parents can prompt him um, if he can keep that appropriate volume for a certain amount of time, then he'll get a reinforcement like a break time on the iPad or praise. He's not really like a food kid that enjoys those sorts of things, but he does enjoy iPad time. We're going to give him a peer role model to demonstrate appropriate classroom behaviors as far as getting started on work tasks and keeping the volume at a minimum. Structured social interactions, working on a shared task with a partner. Um, the obstacles and strategies for overcoming them, just making sure that we're not relying on task cards completely, gradually fading them out, or using a first then chart for a while. I think that might be a good idea for him. Difficulty controlling his volume, maybe figuring out a hand signal, excuse me, or a nonverbal cue for him to know that his volume is too high. A self-recording log with him, so then he knows his different volumes. So like we could have a little tape say like, Maddox, this is your voice inside the classroom, that's from him, and then louder in the hallway, and such and so on and so forth. Teacher praise, access to preferred activities for natural reinforcements for him. He does enjoy tangible rewards, so a prize box would be good, like fidgets, that sort of thing. And then hopefully switch from like a prize based system to like a natural reward, like praise or preferred activities. And I will monitor monitor him by tracking his behavior sheets, his observations between me and my paras, assessments, review meetings to make sure that he's, we're reducing the amount of tasks, cards, and amount of time that we're allowing him to, take to start initiating stuff. We're hoping that eventually he'll be able to be more independent through task initiation and also participation in the classroom, and where he's staying more engaged. So that's what I hope to be able to do with him. So far so good, but we're also starting the second week of it, and he's going to be going on spring break starting Friday. So then we'll have a week off. So we'll see how well the initiation is. We probably will have to do the tasks a little bit longer, at least the task cards a little bit longer than I anticipated, just because of the way that the timing is. We'll see. He's pretty routine based, and he does really well once he gets started with that. Very, very pleasant young man. No behaviors at all. He is just one of those little loud guys who was adopted from foster care, and they did not know that he was deaf when they first got him, and so he was like 8 years old, I think, before he got his cochlear implant and learned to talk. So the volume control is still an issue for him, because he's basically still learning to do things that others have already had the built-in knowledge to do. So hopefully the task cards work, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you.